Day?
Well, yes, indeed. During this trauma of the untimely death of our cabinet colleague and comrade, but also we need to celebrate the times and the life of Comrade Collins Chabane, a man who dedicated his entire life so that you and I must be free. It didn't even end there. After 1994, he was one of those who were primarily involved with the consolidation of our new constitutional democracy. He has made an indelible mark, especially in the presidency, because he's one who's responsible for the building blocks of our evaluation and monitoring system. I can say without any fear of contradiction that he was responsible for the foundational architecture of the system of evaluation and monitoring, for which I am deeply indebted to him.
And as much as South Africans remain shocked and are grappling to come to terms with his sudden loss, there's also another important part, and that is to preserve his legacy and also celebrate his life and contributions.
Yes, indeed. That is why one of his legacies that he has left behind is this system of monitoring and evaluation. His contribution as well in the public service within a short period of time indicates that he's a man who was always involved in the nuts and bolts of everything. He is responsible even for making the Department of Public Works in Limpopo to have even got an award because of the foundational blocks that he built in South Africa. In the ANC itself, he was the head of the Constitutional Affairs Committee responsible for the review of our Constitution every 5 years. So his selflessness, his loyalty, his dedication, his fearlessness earned him the name Animal Isluan, meaning a warrior, a man who was prepared to face the fascist bullets right in the face so that you and I must be free.
And the fight in the animal started long before the birth of democracy in South Africa.
Yes, indeed. If you look at his history, you can see that this was a man from a young age. He always yearned for the freedom and democracy that we take for granted today. I was fascinated last night when I went to Mr. Chabane's family home in Pretoria. His younger brother, Upes, told me that when he left the country in 1980, he left him with a knife to say this is a symbol of him to be remembered as he go for military training in South Africa, indicating that at the age of 17, he had that vision of sacrificing everything so that South Africa must be free.
And today South Africans are descending here to honor him, to remember him, and of course to just celebrate his life. Is government happy with how preparations are going?
No, preparations are far advanced. The planning committee and the interministerial committee on state funerals has been hard at work to ensure that we can give him the send-off befitting of a hero that he was. So the memorial service will start at 12 o'clock. As you may have heard, our Deputy President will be giving a keynote address, and the funeral will start at 9 a.m. in Chikundu village in Limpopo, where our President, His Excellency Jacob Zuma, will be making an oration in bidding farewell to this man who contributed so much in the ANC, but also in government.
But it's perhaps befitting to mention that he's not the only one that is remembered today, as he was not the only one that perished in that fatal car accident.
Yes, indeed. As we speak, there is a memorial service for other departed colleagues, Sergeant Letswane as well as Sekele, and are also going to be buried on Saturday in their home villages. We're going to be deploying several cabinet ministers to attend those funerals as well, so that not everybody goes to Minister Chabane's funeral, but you should also remember his two protectors who laid down their lives in order to make our lives as ministers to be much more efficient and effective.
All right, there you have it, Minister Jeff Radebe in the presidency, just giving us an update as to what we can expect when the memorial service will start at 12 o'clock. Of course, we've heard that it's supposed to end at 2 o'clock. And of course, Minister Collins Chabane described as a humble, dedicated, hard-working man who has served South Africa with great distinction. And that is the kind of messages that we are expecting when a lot of speakers will be, paying tribute during the memorial service that will start at 12 o'clock. Africa.
voice of